not stuck. I can get out of this. It almost feels like you're just never gonna come out of it. You almost feel kind of embarrassed. I basically convinced myself that like I ruined my opportunity and I'm just gonna stay here. That is the biggest lie you could ever tell yourself. It's never too late. And just remember, when 10 years go by, you're gonna look back and be like, 10 years ago, I wish I did this. I wish I did that. Hey y'all, welcome back to this week's Burn It Down 10-week transformation. I am in the car. It's probably a weird place to be, but I am actually filming a vlog for my channel. And on my way here, it just kind of hit me like a ton of bricks. And I was like, I know what I want to talk about. I know I was listening to one of my favorite pastors. He actually passed away last year. His name's Charles Stanley, and he was talking about discernment. That's not what today's topic is today, but some of the things that he talked about, which I personally relate to, was depression, being able to have discernment on knowing if it's an attack from the enemy. So that inspired today's topic, which is depression. So this week's topic is burning down depression. So really the goal for today in this video is to cover things that will help you get rid of your depression, how depression even enters your life, and things that you can implement in your life to kind of ease up that depression. So let's get right into it. I think the first thing that's important to note is that you have to acknowledge that you have depression first. We don't even know that we're depressed, and we go through everyday life in a bad mood, or we don't want to get out of bed, or you just are treating people different, treating yourself different. You're not working as hard as you once were, or you just don't care about how you look like you once did. Not everyone knows that they have depression, and they go through life in terrible moods, and they're really sad and they're upset. They kind of blame the world around them for what's happening, what they feel is happening to them, and they stop caring. And when I say they, I do mean me, because I have gone through it. Once upon a time, I was in a very dark state where I was depressed. I went through a depression for almost like a 2-year streak. In this 2-year streak, I did not recognize who I was. There was multiple things that contributed to my depression at one point in time. But if I could talk on one specific thing, it was my acne. I had terrible acne. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't do anything for a whole year because I was so uncomfortable, embarrassed, and insecure about my skin that it stopped me from doing everything. Depression is one of those things that it's like you have to work at it. You have to constantly work at your soul and your mind and your body. It's a physical thing, it's a mental thing, it's a spiritual thing. You have to constantly pour into those cups. If you're not strong in all those areas, it can be easy for depression to creep back in, aka the enemy. You weren't born depressed, it's the circumstances and the things that happen around you that eventually cause you to just kind of like, lose it. But back to my story with the whole acne, I didn't realize I was depressed. The only thing I could focus on was my face. And the only justification for not leaving the house was my face. The only reason for not feeling confident was my face. But the truth of the matter is that's not the reason. Depression was the reason why I wasn't leaving the house. Depression was the reason why I was insecure. Depression was the reason why I isolated myself. So it was the depression that made me go into this state where it just kind of numbed any type of reasoning. Like I couldn't take anything in. I couldn't listen to anything that anybody said, because what was happening to me was so real, and I felt like no one else could understand what I was going through. I just did what I thought was best, which is stay away from everybody and just isolate myself. It would keep me from going to events. I would miss opportunities because I didn't want to go be on camera and people to see my face. I was just very not confident about my skin. It was really bad. Over the years, I just started working on my skin and making that better. So anyway, I was in depression for like a year. I did not know that I was depressed. Again, I just thought it was the fact that it was my face. My face was my justification. And it didn't make it any better that I was a new person in a new city, trying to make friends, trying to, pursue what I was pursuing. And isolating myself wasn't the smartest thing, but no one knew what was going on behind the closed doors. It was pretty sad. And then time passed, and I was getting in my word and like listening more to scripture and sermons and things like that. Learn that whatever it is that you're going through, yes, it's a valid reason to be upset, but if you are still stuck in that situation and you can't get out of it, acknowledge that it might be depression and figure out steps to get rid of the depression. If you're someone who's going through depression, this topic and the things that we're going to cover today will maybe help you acknowledge that you might be going through some depression. But that's what all this is for. Every week we're going to cover a topic, and if it pertains to you and you can relate to it, the goal is to transform, baby. This kind of helps segue going into the next part, which is understanding depression. So depression is more than just sadness. It's a mental and emotional fog. It blinds you, and it can really make you change how you see the world and people around you. It can make you make things up in your mind, present this reality that you might feel is a reality, but it's really not. Depression can ultimately kill you, and I don't mean that in a physical sense. I mean that it'll kill every joy, every good thing about you, make you eliminate all the positive things about you, and make you question if you're crazy or not. Everyone's circumstance and story is different, so depression is gonna look different on someone else than it might look on you. Not everyone can handle certain lows the same. You may be looking at the next person and being like, how are they dealing with this? Because I could never. It's just different for everybody, and that's just because of multiple factors, like your spiritual maturity, your mental maturity. All those things play a factor in how you handle your depression. So understand that not everyone's going to be able to handle it the same. That's the thing. You can lose yourself in depression because you can't see the good in anything, and over time the great parts of you just start to dissolve. Have you ever like looked at an old picture or old video and you were like, oh my gosh, I was so skinny, or I was so happy then, and you just kind of reflect and you're trying to understand why then was like that and now it's different? Well, life happens. Between then and now, life happened and it shook you up, and that's okay. And you are a human being having a human experience for the first time. We don't come out the cooch knowing how to handle everything. We come into this world and we have mentors, we have parents, and we have people that help guide us to be the best version that we could possibly be. I'm not just gonna say that's just for your parents, because not all parents are great parents and not all parents can guide you. So if you're a person that's like, I really didn't have a mother or a father, or I did have a mother or a father and they just weren't the best example, that's okay. You might have been misguided and your story might be a little different. But if you have an urge to be better and you want to grow, there's resources. But then you have extensions, which are our friends and our mentors that are wiser than us. I always say, put people around your group that are wiser than you, that are smarter than you, that are richer than you. Have those type of friend groups, because usually they have a lot of wisdom to drop. People that are more spiritually mature than you, they have a lot of wisdom that they can share to help you. Put yourself around people that can pour into you and make you better. And that leads me into reframing the mind. You want to reframe your mind to tell yourself, I'm not stuck. I can get out of this. It almost feels like you're just never gonna come out of it. You almost feel kind of embarrassed. I don't know if everyone has felt this way, but I'm speaking from experience. I almost felt embarrassed. I basically convinced myself that, well, whatever, like I ruined my opportunity and I'm just gonna stay here. That is the biggest lie you could ever tell yourself. That's the biggest lie. It's never too late. And just remember, when 10 years go by, you're gonna look back and be like, 10 years ago, I wish I did this, I wish I did that. So always think about how you be disappointing your future self in the present moment, so that you can make the best decisions and reframe your mind to think forward and be positive and make changes that will allow you to be the best version of yourself 10 years from now. I started doing this thing where I literally write in my journal and I write to my future self. So this isn't my actual journal, but I'll start with like, dear future Hannah, I'm so proud of you. You are in this place, you're doing this. And then I give my future self advice from my experiences that I've been going through at this present moment. So I might say something like, in times where you're down and you're sad, just know that it's gonna pass. So in the future, I could look back and be like, Hannah, you've already gone through this and you know how to get out of it. You just need to get out of it again. So write to your future self and start writing down affirmations and telling yourself beautiful things about yourself. And eventually you're going to get there. If you apply all the things that pour into your future self, eventually you're going to become that person. One of the biggest things with reframing your mind is fighting back. You have to fight yourself. You have to fight back mentally. If this is depression, you got to start whooping it. I know people are probably looking at me like I'm crazy. You gotta say, don't play with me. You have to fight the devil. You have to fight the mental. We're born into this world with the world against us. It's a journey. You gotta have your back through the journey. Look at life as a literal road trip. Okay, there's a destination and it feels far away, but just know on the way to that destination, there's going to be a lot of things happening. You got to learn from whatever happens on that road trip. You got to take in the lessons so they don't repeat again. And you have to separate your thoughts from your actual worth. Your worth comes from all the work that you put in yourself and what you have to offer to yourself and to the world. Thoughts are lingering. They're not fact. They're not tangible. They're not concrete. Thoughts linger, and it's our job to figure out what to do with the thoughts. We have all types of lingering thoughts. For example, the person who wanted to invent the light bulb, he first thought, I wonder what it would be like to be in a room when the sun goes down and the light is lit. Maybe I'm gonna do something about that. But it's not concrete, it's a thought. You might just have a lingering thought that says, I'm never gonna be good enough. That is not concrete. What's concrete is the work that you put in to become the best at what you do. Results that come from the hard work that you put in and your work ethic. The thought is lingering. So understand, when you have all these negative thoughts, that you have the power to reframe your mind and put in the action to make those thoughts false. And you have the power to put in the work, whatever that may be. All the positive things that you wish you could say about yourself, or the positive things that you envision for yourself, can become concrete, but you have to put forth effort to make it a real thing. So never let what you tell yourself be the truth. It's not real. It's not your value, and your value is what you have to offer. And if you feel like, I don't have anything to offer, I barely did anything, I haven't even done this or do that, well, get up and do it. Get up and do it. You have the choice, and the only thing that's stopping you is your mind. I want to say that connection is a part of your purpose. So connection and purpose. Connecting to people and things is what's going to connect you to your purpose. So if you feel that you have no purpose and you wake up and you're just like, I wish I had purpose. The sun is like in the way, sorry, whatever. But it's important to connect. Get out there. Connect with people. Feed into people and let people feed into you. The whole point of having this human experience is to learn, whether that be connecting with the earth, connecting with your gifts, connecting with people, connecting with your passions. You have to get connected and stop being disconnected, because those things are what's going to give you purpose. There was times in my depression where I would wake up and just be like, I feel like I want more purpose. I want to wake up with purpose. I want to do. Would just be stuck in the bed thinking that I had nothing to do because whatever I was doing wasn't either making me money, it wasn't bringing a certain particular reward or outcome back. So I would just be thinking like, me putting in the work is not a purpose, you know. But the truth of the matter is, you have to get up and connect to something in order for it to lead you to purpose. You have to put in the effort and the time to get connected with yourself. You can't just spend days in the bed watching TV and television and watching other people live their lives. What are you passionate about? What do you like to do? Maybe that is also why you're depressed. That's all I'm saying. You can be not depressed and watch TV all day and you are happy with life. But if you're facing depression and you're going through a bad time, evaluate what you're doing with your everyday life. If your depression is based off of your appearance, start getting connected with the things that are going to help change your appearance, whether that's working out, whether that's putting more time and research into skincare, how to grow your hair. Start getting connected so you can learn more about yourself. The more you spend time connecting in areas, the more you're going to learn about yourself. When you know yourself, that helps get rid of depression as well. Oh my gosh, the most annoying thing is time. Oh, lost time. Depression can make you lose so much time in your life, and then you might wake up and you're like, oh my God, I'm 45 years old and I have done nothing with my life. And you look back and you realize that depression kept you from doing a lot of things that you could have been doing. The best advice that I could give you, as someone who's been through a lot in her life, is that even when you're depressed, please get up and just do it. Whatever it is, just do it. Don't be lazy. We covered that topic last week about discipline. Get disciplined. Whatever it is that you want to do, whatever dream you have, whatever goals you have put down, please get to them. Do them. Take the steps to get it done. Because you do not want to wake up and look back and be like in a better place, because 9 times out of 10, we grow over time, and then we look back and be like, dang, I wish 5 years ago it wasn't like that. I'm young and I look back 5 years ago and I'm like, oh my gosh, I wish I wouldn't have spent that, or I wish I wouldn't have done that. I wish I would have gone to that party. I wish I would have gone to that event. Why didn't I say anything to that person? That could have changed my life. I go through these spurts where I feel this way. It's an example of how depression can stop you from doing things, and then you look back and you just regret it. Don't let depression ruin your relationship and lose time with your kids or your parents or your friends. Don't let depression be the reason why you are not focusing on the good things that are happening in your present life. You can't see the future and you can't go back to the past, so really all you have is today. So if you could just focus on getting through today and making it the best day possible, eventually it's going to be a habit and it's going to be routine. And if you can just focus on making the present moment the best moment, then that means every day is going to be a good day. Don't tell yourself, I'm going to get to this tomorrow, because tomorrow's not promised. Focus on what you can do today, bottom line. So how can you make your days the best days possible? So that is leading me into habits that you can implement into your life to have the best day. My routines recently have come with growth. When I was depressed, I would wake up in the morning and just get on my phone, and I would doom scroll for like 2 hours before I would even get up and brush my teeth. Like, what is happening? Absolutely not. That is not okay. And sometimes I don't even feel like I would get up out of bed until I was hungry, and then I would order some food, and then I would eat, and then I would get up, brush my teeth, and then I would stay in my pajamas all day. You know what I mean? Like these were depressed habits. It's changed tremendously. Now when I wake up, I don't crave what's online anymore. I removed that fog, realizing, girl, you are watching other people live their life. Do you not have your own? I wake up in the morning and the first thing I crave is just the word. So I'll listen to Charles Stanley. That's one of my favorite sermons. That's one of my favorite pastors, sorry. He has really great sermons. And I'll journal. Sometimes I'll journal what I'm grateful for. Sometimes I'll journal anything that may have happened to me the day before or the weeks prior, or I might journal to my future self. Every journal entry is different for me. On a daily, like, my routine is like I'm putting work towards something. I'm always building something. I'm in a creative bag. I'm doing something that is pouring into me or figuring out ways to pour into other people. I do help a lot of people, I feel like, but for the most part, I had to remove helping people a lot too, because I figured out that was also feeding into my depression. I felt as though I wasn't being appreciated, and that would do something to my spirit and my soul, and it would make me really sad and depressed. So I had to remove myself from certain people because I just felt like if they don't know your value, girl, and you know what you have to offer, why are you like spending time pouring into their cup just for them to like take away from yours, and they're not pouring into your cup? So I had to stop doing that. I've always been a people pleaser and have known to be someone that like says yes to everything and helps people, but I'm learning to say no. Saying no is like the best thing that has ever happened to me because it has helped me stay focused and get things done. So that's a good point. A little side point to talk about is that pouring into other people's cups and not receiving into your cup can definitely feed into depression. So make sure you realize that, analyze your relationships, and switch it up if you have to. Every day I'm always like, I'm pouring into my cup things that I know that are going to help my future, things that I know are going to help me feel like I have purpose and make me feel like good about myself. That could be physical, that could be me working out, that could be reading, learning something, all of that. So if you're someone who doesn't have good habits in your day, start with these 5 habits every day. Make sure you check this off your to-do list, okay? Moving, get up and move. Go for a walk, work out at the gym, do some stretching, and don't be lazy with it. Really put in the time. Put your phone away. 30 minutes to an hour every day of some type of movement is you pouring into your body, okay? Let's start there. Now let's think about your mind. Every day, I want you to journal. Get your thoughts out. Make sure that nothing in your head stays in your head, and get it on a piece of paper. Side note, I have this one journal that I had for 2 years. It's full now, so I moved to a new journal. But when I tell y'all, a year and a half of that journal was nothing but just negative journaling. I was just every day like, God, I'm so upset. Like, I hate a whole year. So that goes to show you, like, a whole year. You could be depressed for a whole year. Your journaling doesn't have to be perfect. It's your thoughts. And eventually, when I'm 100 years old and my kids are older and I have grandkids and I leave this world, I want to leave my journals behind, and I want them to like have it and study it and see grandma went through so much in her life and how she overcame it. And now my journal entries are completely different. My journal entries now are super positive. I'm constantly writing to my future self. I don't write anything negative. And if I am feeling negative, it's more like journaling to God. So I'll just be like, Heavenly Father, I'm feeling this way today. What is it that I could do? I just keep it in my journal. And I try to be as honest as I possibly can. They're sacred. Put them somewhere safe. Another good habit that you can implement into your routine is something that goes towards your health. When you wake up, what are you going to have for the first thing you wake up and have for breakfast? Like, drink some water, have some fruit. And if you're like, I'm not a fruit person, I'm like cold, try to eat things that are light. So that doesn't make you feel lethargic in the morning and lazy and want to get back in bed. Greasy foods, fried foods, all that stuff. Breakfast culture in America, it's like sets you up for failure. Biscuits, fried food, all that stuff, absolutely not. I have it every now and then, but like on an everyday basis, that's not going to be a part of my routine. I'm going to have something healthy so that I can feel my best. And truthfully and honestly, if you want to know my routine, I don't even really eat until later in the day. I usually fast unintentionally. Like I fast and I don't eat a breakfast. I'll have like a smoothie or a water or something. I'll have a light lunch. So like if I have a lunch, I'll have a snack, and the snack to me is like a salad or like a little sandwich, a turkey sandwich, like something very small. And then I'll have like a really big dinner, and that's when I can like indulge. And it's really actually helped me with not only my health but my body. Okay, another habit that you can add that's gonna help your mental: just try your best to stay off your phone. You need to pick a hobby. Do something. I'm telling you, do something. Stop doom scrolling. And I know you probably heard this a million times, but you have to stop. You have to stop Oh, my microphone went dead, so hopefully you guys can hear me clearly. But you have to stop doom scrolling. Make sure that you are watching and listening to things that pour into you every day, not things that are negative. And sometimes you might not be watching anything negative, they might be funny. There's a lot of information overload that you don't even realize that is happening, and then you look up and it's 3 hours gone, you haven't done anything. Think about the things that you could do in 3 hours. Try to treat your phone, TV, and things like that as a reward. After I get these things done for the day, I'm going to end my day with this, and this is going to make me happy. I'm going to try to do all that I can during the week, and then this weekend I'm going to celebrate by staying in the house, having a glass of wine, and watching my favorite TV show. The last habit that I really think that you should implement is gratitude. If you can just be grateful for your life. Depression is the devil. It happens to you. It's the enemy. It comes to you and it attacks you. But it is your choice if you let it in. And if you can acknowledge it and recognize when it's happening to you, you can implement the things that we talked about today and get rid of depression once and for all. And like I said, life is happening. We're on a road trip, and you may not be depressed today and you come out of depression. Who knows what's going to happen in your future? Happen to you today are only making you stronger for the future road bumps that are going to happen on your road trip that we call life. You have to be able to recognize all the things that try to stop you and all the obstacles that will keep you from trying to get to that destination, and not let it affect you. Don't let it in. So if you're depressed, try your best to get out of it today. I don't want you to lose time like I once upon a time did. I don't want you to look back with any type of regrets. I don't want you to be down and sad and not know your value. I don't want you to lose friends and family because you're treating people the wrong way due to your depression. And if they're real ones, they'll love you through all of it. Depression can come in different waves and in different ways, in different forms, and you just have to be able to recognize them and fight the fight. Okay, so that concludes today's burn it down topic for this 10-week transformation. If you guys haven't seen the rest of the episodes, they are out now. We covered so far comparison, discipline, and today we covered depression. Before you click off on this video, if you want to implement routine into your life, if you want to get disciplined, if you want to start creating good habits for yourself and setting goals, I have created something for you. It's in the description below. It is my Notion template created by me, which I'm calling the Personal to Me bundle. It includes a finance tracker. It includes a master schedule where you can see your goals, write down your to-dos, a shopping list, etc. It's really good for organization and staying on task. Content planner for content creators or even entrepreneurs that are having to implement content into their business. Has everything for that. And then I have a drawing board, which is like good for your ideas and brainstorming and fleshing out ideas. So you guys should really get into that, and I really think that would be great to add to your everyday routine. I use it every single day, not only with myself but with my team, because I do have a team workspace, but that doesn't launch until November. So the Personal to Me bundle is a part of the Ultimate Infrastructure bundle, which is this multi-dimensional Notion template. It doesn't matter what you do, my templates are very broad and cater to everyone. If you join the waiting list today, the full month of October and a little bit of November, you're gonna get the Personal to Me bundle for free. The bundle is valued at $75. Each page is kind of like a la carte situation, like each page costs something different, and in November you will be able to purchase each page if you want, but I'm also going to have the bundles. But this month and a little bit of November, you're going to be able to get the Personal to Me bundle for free. It's for you. It's for your private section in Notion. If you don't know what Notion is, if you click the link, I also have a description video. It's from someone else, but it's a YouTube video explaining what Notion is. If you're a business person who uses something like Slack or like Monday or something, you can also connect that to your Notion. So Notion isn't like those softwares if you're thinking that's what it is. It's literally a database. It's your brain. It's your business's brain. It stores all information. It keeps you organized. It just helps you unwind and not be so overwhelmed with and keeping like track of everything in your head. You have everything on your Notion. I don't know what I would do without my Notion, so I'm really grateful for Notion. It's one of the best softwares that I ever used, and the fact that I have created this template for you guys and for myself. It started off for myself. I've been using this for like a year and a half. It took a year in the making, and then every day I always find something to make it even better. So if you have any feedback once you use it, let me know. I wish I had this when I was starting out and I didn't have anything like that. So anyway, it's down below. Check it out. Let me know what you think, and I will see you guys next week for the next burn it down topic for this 10 weeks transformation. Make sure you guys comment, like, subscribe. I feel like such a YouTuber, but I've enjoyed doing this series, and I think this is such a great movement. I'm doing this series because I dropped one of my songs a couple weeks ago called Burn It Down. If you guys haven't checked that out, check that out. It's out now. But yeah, I'm excited to be doing this. I think it's great for me, it's great for other people, and it's my way of giving back and pouring into other people's cup, because I have a lot of great supporters and people that pour into my cup, and this is my way that I can do the same. So I'll see you guys in the next video, and stop being depressed. Bye.